Memories.
Trying to find the angle they can, trying to find somebody out of position.
We're gonna go through on this. Oh, what a wall! Whoa! Deep flag. White gonna go in.
It's going to be a really, really interesting one.
Oh my god. all of this competition could be so damn close, so I cannot wait for us to finally decide who's going to be the champion. We are expecting some chaos, some great moments.
Beast Mode has killed 3. Only gonna really need that rampage, so it's gonna clear it out. Santi gonna give themselves a big old 4K. Santi getting rid of 3, clearing out the house.
That is crazy.
Nunji actually kills 3 people.
This team feels entirely different on this faster composition. Now Saga Fort is hanging around, getting onto the high ground. Post bomb's gonna stick onto Leaky. They're not gonna be able to survive it at the end of the day. Blue managed to find a 3K.
Rio shoving this Lana into a corner. Woo! One more for the road for Rio.
That is all signs go. Melophobia with 3 Melophobia. Start the fight. They'll end the fight. Oh my god. Beagle Bus, they have to play aggressively into this energy. Popping off in a moment where you needed just that. Ruby in that backline. Oh, the flick. Looking for it. Oh my goodness. The fourth one as well. Do they get the ace? They get the ace.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Console Gaming League. My name is Joker's Ransom. I'm here with Spectrion for the losers round 3 matchup in the NA Console Open Tier. Spectrion.
That is entirely the case. Joker, you said you'd give me a terrible intro. That was pretty good. I was pretty happy with that one. But yes, as we mentioned back here, following the Demon Kittens journey, of course, through that lower bracket, last time we caught up with them, they were beating another vicious team. And I believe in 3-0 fashion, if memory serves. Here's a bracket here to confirm it. Bloody hell, that's large. But yeah, as you can see, though it is in pretty small font, the Demon Kittens were able to be vicious, unforgiven in 3-0 fashion. Of course, in the previous matchup for Vicious Inferno, they were able to beat Vicious Outlaws. So vicious on vicious on vicious violence. But now we'll see if the Demon Kittens can get that win again. As I recall, once again, though they were able to, get that win through, and though it was pretty comfortable in their favor, I do remember having some, maybe some issues with how they were executing. So we'll see exactly how Vicious Inferno will handle against their opposition.
Yeah, it should be really interesting to see. I know Demon Kittens have some really good players on their roster that I'm excited to see if they play. Ruby specifically should be a fun one to watch. If they get in this matchup today, we'll take a look at their roster, though, here to start things off for this evening matchup. As we've got Spark and Reveroni on the DPS line, Chicano manning the tank role, Pika Pepper and Spec. Wait, Spec, how are you? How are you there? How are you there and here? That doesn't make any sense.
Headrammer has been spending his entire budget on cloning me. That's why no one's been being paid for this CGL season. That's what's happened. Eventually, it's going to be only Spectrions all the way down. I will own Overwatch Esports. I will finally become the coin tree.
You're gonna be the
CGL.
You're gonna be the big Warwick of CGL.
Yeah. Matt Murray quaking in his boots right now.
Yeah, this should be a good one. I'm excited to see this, right? Winston with which Chicano is pretty good at. Still is pretty decent right now, especially if we get into a dive map, right? But right now, obviously, we're in Amalgamata. We'll see how that translates to Malga.
Yeah, it's pretty different. I'll confirm that. Of course, no Ruby here could be a bit of an issue. Obviously, in terms of the hit scan value, was a huge part of how Demon Kittens were able to find that previous success. And in terms of the background, if they end up playing this Anna Brig as they're hovering right now, then it's pretty tricky into the Malga. You end up getting exploded a lot, but yeah, could pull it off. Some early fight value with that Anna utility could be huge. Of course, the other team we need to take a gander at as well is going to be Vicious Inferno. And we can take a look at their players as well. Here we go. So, Obi, Soji, Skibbity Riz, good lord.
Brain rot is infected.
I'm not brain rotted enough for that. I can't lie.
Me neither.
Immortal, Animated, and Todoroki. Respectfully, Skibbity Riz, I'm going to be calling you by your character because
I'm not going to say that.
over the age of 16.
Yeah, I'm also over the age of 16 by quite a lot now.
How old are you again?
I'm 25.
Good lord. Look at these
I know.
fossils we let cast.
I know, this is ridiculous, right? I'm halfway into the grave already.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, hey, Ana main versus and maybe also an Ana main. We'll see if both teams decide to lock Ana here. Maybe we see a Juno Ana backline. Because I mean, why wouldn't you still run Juno, right?
Yeah. Juno is. There are use cases where Juno isn't fully optimal, but there are very, very few and far between. I think, especially if you have somebody who can play Juno, just play the damn character, right? They work so effectively. If you're playing Dive specifically, if you're on Jib, then you can make a very strong argument against the Juno. Trying to run like double flex comps with like Juno Ana, you can't really do with Monkey. You can do it more with a Diva a little bit. Play kind of for brawl fights when you do actually have that Ray up. Outside, play for Dive win cons. But, you know, just play Juno. Just play Juno. It's easy. You can turn your brain off, you heal for 1 bajillion, you press the free fight win button. As long as you're positioned correctly, then you just convert your free fight win, you go home. Everybody's happy, right? So, we'll see if we're ready to go into the lobby. Of course, going to be Li Zhangtao as we start after that. Going to be loser pick, so hopefully some time for these teams to adapt. I really am not in the mood for a 3-0 right now, and I think you'll be able to hear me tilt further and further if it is indeed one. So, I hope both these teams, for the sake of my mental, end up doing pretty good. Hoping for a competitive series here, Joker.
Yeah, it'd be really nice, right? And not only is it losers pick map, it's losers picks game type as well. So it's a lot different from previous CGL seasons. Gives a lot more of a in favor for the losing team to try to get back in the series when they can. Right now, though, both these two teams, you know, it's kind of weird, right? On a main, on a Juno, on the Juno right now, but it makes sense, right? Juno Brig backline. Why not?
I think Tracer here is pretty strange from OB Storage. You'll find it very hard to find value. It's a conversation we've been having quite a lot here in CGL. The Queen I do like. As long as you live the initial Malga cycle, you will win this fight. So watch Immortal try and be precisely that. Watch Chicano try and counter that out.
Yeah, you gotta look for those supports to keep up Immortal here in this mid-fight. And Specs already down for the count. Although the Reaper is gonna get taken out by Reveroni. As now the trades are gonna be still trying to come through, and they haven't been able to well, at least not quite yet. Dispatching them from the point is now Immortal solo, but the healing is coming in clutch, but a nice slam coming in. Chicano takes him out with help of their Echo. Spark is going to get taken down there, but Chicano's done all the damage in the world that they need, right? And they're going to take this first fight.
Yeah, that they will. Living the initial cycle is Immortal, but Skibidi Riz going down means that there's no threat towards the front line. They really needed to keep 5 alive here, because one of the big things about this Queen comp is you need your DPS to find value. OB Solji does that, Skibidi Riz the same, could not be said. So coming into this second fight here, Pulse will be lovely.
Can we clip Spectron saying Skibidi Riz, please? Next. Now, let's go into this next fight here. Pulse Bomb's out from Obustology, but not going to be able to find anything. Teleport into the backline, trying to take down the supports, but on a main, it does find Spark, but the picks, oh, maybe not. No, there's going to be 2 coming through from one side, but it's just not going to happen as Demon Kittens are going to be able to hold on to this fight nonetheless.
Yeah, I really am quite against this Tracer here. I think in terms of your damage, you can effectively deal to a lot of targets. It's basically nothing. Against Reaper, you can't do any damage. Against Malga and against Brig, the same could be said. So you only have good ones into 2 characters. I think Genji finds so much more value here. Yeah,
definitely. I think without the Pulse Bomb, it's kind of a useless pick right now. Obustology trying to change the that tune, and well, Immortal finding Spec out is going to be huge, and now Skibidi's in the back line. Is going to try to get some picks out here, and the 2 have already come through. The copy is there from Spark, but they keep losing players. As right now, it looks like Vicious Inferno are going to be able to come onto this point and take it back.
Fantastic fight there from Vicious Inferno. Only investing the rally, trading it out for that duplicate. Perfect there from Todoroki. Great spam. Now, the important thing is here, making sure we don't over-invest, right? Getting that ult cycle ready. It is stronger for Vicious Inferno with that Rampage. The important thing for their opponents is going to be probably trying to cage it, making sure you can win fights without going right for Rampage.
see here, there's the Rampage out, but Skitty's going to find Pika Pepper in the back. Another pick coming through, and Reveroni, though, is going to try to turn it back. They find two of their own. Both supports are now gone. The trades are still coming in, and it looks like, yep, Vicious Inferno still have the upper hand.
Yeah, pretty haphazard ult cycling there, but it gets the job done. It's the next best thing for Vicious Inferno. Obviously, they don't counter out the Ray with the rush, but they could go Ray for Ray instead. Blossom's, of course, going to be mirrored as well, so whoever finds more value, very likely Reveroni, who's going to win out this next fight.
Yeah, almost went down there, though. Chicano is taking a lot of frontline damage here at the moment. And they're going to try to go in, still looking for an opportunity to use this Death Blossom. There's the Orbital Ray coming through. Death Blossom comes in. The dashes and Reveroni Death Blossoming for a victory in the fight. And the point's going to flip back over to Demon Kittens.
Yeah, in these hard brawl fights, the Malga is always going to find more value. Even if Skibidi Riz goes for their ultimate there, then combined with a Mortal Shout, you just don't live, as much as the Malga does.
I'm sorry. I can't take you seriously when you say his name, bro.
Can we get streamer mode on just for Skibidi Riz so we don't have to do this?
Demon Kittens are coming in here. Skibidi Riz in the back line, finding two with the Death Blossom. Is going to get stunned up there by Chicano. They do go down. Picks are coming through, though, from Vicious Inferno on the point. They've got to be able to hold on to this. They have the point control thanks to Obestology. Immortal is cooking. They might be able to find a pick, and the whip shot takes down Chicano. The point's going to stay in their favor, and now we're getting up into this last fight territory for Vicious Inferno.
You'd love a Rampage about now, right? Before they're properly set up, making sure they don't have a chance to set up any of their rules. Immortal, I'd love to see him go now!
They go in, and Spark is down. Rally coming in from Pika Pepper, and the picks keep coming through from Vicious Inferno, and the point goes the way of them, 99-100. Spec, you might be getting the wish you were hoping for.
Early days, yeah, but as we have said, yeah, I think it's pretty fair to say it looks competitive so far. Great spot there from the Immortal, just to see that you can rush through 5 people, essentially. Great purple coming through. Rally's a nice enough response to the purple, but, you kind of like to pre-rally that. You like to bash it out even more so, but neither happens, so instead Vicious Inferno take map 1. Here, it might be a little bit trickier, even for Vicious Inferno to try and walk up. The Malga's poke is normally a little bit better than the Queen. Todoroki going to speed out and bash. We'll see. Oh no, they're playing Kiri Lucio, so they've got a better ult rotation here, but their neutral's going to be really, really tricky.
Yeah, it definitely is. I'm interested to see it. You can still engage well with the Kitsune Rush, but obviously it's no... It's no Orbital Ray. Hey, they might not even need it. Immortal finds 2 with the Carnage already. Here is now. They're going to be able to take this first fight pretty cleanly.
Yeah, I mean, it does mean that you have that cleanse to help you survive that initial Malga cycle, and the Lucio Kyrie is actually better at enabling your DPS, so I do see the vision here most definitely, but in exchange, Immortal has to play a lot more passively. That's exactly what we see, and Vicious Inferno, of course, in control first. A bit of a flip script from what we see in the previous. Tries to find a knife, doesn't find it, but Spec going down there, huge value.
Yeah, it's not good at all for Demon Kittens, right? After a very strong first round of Li Zhang, right? And right now, Vicious Inferno have him on the back foot, but hey, that was kind of like what we saw earlier as Tracer meta? Or Tracer meta?
I'm not sure about this one, but I love to see it as a Tracer main myself, see what Spark can get done marking Obestology. No, if I were Demon Kittens, you just want a hard engage on Immortal, exactly what we see here.
Yeah, coming in here early, and Skibidi's going to go down first and foremost for the side. But a nice ball comes in, takes out the support, and now Todoroki's going to get the follow-up, take down Spark as well, and the rest of Demon Kittens come falling down around them after that huge pulse bomb from Obestology.
Yeah, Spark tries. In fact, the rest of Demon Kittens try to engage onto Immortal. I think they're going to kill for it, but Obestology is perfect in the backline. The stick onto the Brig, who unfortunately drops their shield. Pika Pepper going to be kicking themselves after that one. Demon Kittens now running out of time very, very quickly. There's a fight and a half, maybe just one fight left to go for them. Else Vicious Inferno will take tower 100-0.
Skibidi is kind of low there, and there's the Rampage coming in. That's just massive, though. Reveroni on the point, gonna spin to win, find 2 picks of their own. The rush has come through, and the point is gonna be flipped back into the favor of Demon Kittens now, with Chicano going over to the Junker Queen, but Obstology finding Pika Pepper, but it looks like, yeah, Demon Kittens have the numbers advantage and are gonna be able to stay in control of the point.
That they will crucial spot for them. Obviously, mirroring out the Queen at this point is Chicano. Decides that the Malga's not a comfortable enough matchup for them. I do think Queen is kind of, for lack of a better phrase, a crutch hero, but if it works out, then absolutely so be it. Rush, rally, ooh, that's great. Just forces the disengage.
Oh, and Immortal gets taken off the side of the map. They are forcing point. Get to the point, please. Yes, thank you. Did not give the point away for free to Obstology.
You force rally out, but you haven't charged up into too much of your own. If I am Vicious Inferno, I probably want to build a fight plan around this Death Blossom. You can maybe even get a kill through the Ray in it. That's kind of all you can really do here, because you spend heavily, Demon Kitten's are going to respond in kind, and you may well have an issue in this next fight.
Pulse Bomb comes through again, and Spec goes down with the Orbital Ray too, and that's going to be huge to go back into this fight. They've already taken down 2, make it 3. Reveroni trying to spin to win yet again. They find Immortal out, but this is it enough? Reveroni's found another one. They find 4. No! Beastology saves the day for the moment, but now Spark is back with help from Spec, and they're going to be able to stay on the point. Reveroni saving the day for Demon Kittens.
Yeah, they would have loved to invest that Blossom a little bit earlier, clean things up. Skibidi Riz, you need to be able to pop your ultimate. That time, Ray beat. Everyone's investing now.
Everything invested in this, and Skibidi's going to be running for the hills, but Chicano is going to get caught out. Immortal needs to go down, and Reveroni's there, but the Death Blossom coming in from Skibidi might find enough, and it is. The picks keep coming through. The trade is there, and the point flips over to Vicious Inferno.
I don't even have words to describe that play from Chicano. If you get the kill, it's good, but if you don't, that's a huge int, right? Fully separating from the rest of their team. Vicious Inferno more than happy to capitalize off the back of it. A touch is a possibility, a fight less so.
Yeah, they got a touch. There's the Rampage in from Immortal. They're going to lose Chicano. They're going to lose Pika Pepper, but Spec finding Anamain is going to be huge, but they need to be able to find more, but I don't think it's going to be in the cards for this one, as everyone from Demon Kittens is falling down around them. Spark the only one left, and they're not there any longer. Overtime ticks away. Map 1 going to Vicious Inferno.
Yeah, like we said, competitive so far. 99 to 99 on both these points, and all is said and done, Vicious Inferno able to 2-0 it. Just seem like they've got slightly the edge here when playing this Queen composition. And I know I said it before, it is worth rehashing. I do think if both teams play entirely optimally, Malga is better. A Queen's just so much easier, right? The Malga requires you to flatten the Queen first time every time. If you're not doing that, then Queen, you know, your ability to play for kind of longer fights, your ability to essentially instant win when you have that Rampage is still so effective. And so far the Demon Kittens, struggling to find their footing. I think it's very fair, though, to expect that, you know, with the map choice maybe behind them, then there's a chance that they draw blood back the other way.
I definitely have to agree with you right there. I mean, obviously, it was just on the knife's edge, right? That could have gone either way. Both rounds of Lijiang Tower going up to 99 to 100. Everything is at a razor's edge right now. And like you said, with the map pick for Demon Kittens and the map type as well, right? This could quickly be a 1-1 series.
Absolutely could be. Be very curious to see where they go next and what they play next. In fact, obviously the game plan was to play Malga. It doesn't really, you know, survive first contact with the enemy, but I think a lot of teams, you know, once given their own map pick, want to go back to that initial game plan because it is what they feel most comfortable on. We'll see if this Queen adaptation sticks as well. Of course, this Traitor Duel, which, like I said, I was pretty against, obviously finds a lot of value as well. Obstology, I think, is making it work due to having what feels like 100% pulse from accuracy, right? If you're hovering at that normal 40%, are we seeing the same level of success? I don't think so. I think, in fact, we're looking at Demon Kittens 1-0 rather than Vicious Inferno, so I'd be very curious to see if they want to counter that out, you know, go towards maybe a Cassidy, maybe even a Torbjorn, just to restrict the movements of that FDPS. Or
Yeah,
whether
no-
they just want to continue playing the mirror, going for it.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with you there. If Obistology isn't sticking to the supports like they have been, it's a completely different series. We saw it multiple times, right? Especially in that last round of Lijiang Tower. But, we'll have to see what they decide to do, right? Cassidy could be in the fold here. But, again, we don't know until we know, right, Spectron? That's the, we have to open our third eye, right? And try to figure out what these teams are going to run, where they're going to even go, because we still don't know what the map choice is quite just yet. As
Can we
we're
get
still waiting.
can we get Echo 20 on the stream to repeat what she's just typed
Yeah.
in live one?
I don't think she'd go on record saying saying
I think
what
she's camera shy.
I think she might be a little camera shy. We called her out, and she's
Our producer is typing
immediately.
Skibidi Ohio Riz. I would like to clarify that Echo 20 is typing Skibidi Ohio Riz in our production chat. We're trying to be professionals here.
Echo
It's just
_20
ridiculous.
_ on Twitter
Yep.
or x.com.
Okay, we're not calling it X. Let's be serious now.
You
I
don't-
might have to call somebody. What was it called? Skibidi Toilet or whatever.
Don't zeet me.
Yeah. It's
Um,
not happening just yet.
looks like
Can they pick
we have-
maps so we can stop waffling?
yeah. We can talk
Ruby
about.
for Rev. Okay,
Yeah.
they bring in the Widow one trick. Fair enough.
So, I assume we're going to something like a Junkertown.
Midtown would work.
Is Junkertown even in this? No, Junkertown's not even in this.
I don't read map pools.
I'm reading the map pool right now. They have the option of Blizzard World, Eichenwald,
Yeah.
Hollywood, Kings Row,
Blizzard,
Hanaoka,
Hollywood, both work.
New Junk City, Throne of Anubis, Suravasa, Colosseo.
Blizzard
Oh.
World.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Makes sense. Yeah,
I'd go for like. Well, I personally would go for Zenbrig Bull because it's my favorite composition, but I somehow doubt we'd actually see that.
I
The other thing goes towards like Anna Brig Monkey Widow. That would be very
Yeah.
valid as well. Maybe on some comfort picks. Your chance of it succeeding into the Malga isn't so bad, especially if you actually start hitting these nades.
Yeah.
I think Blizzard World specifically has the map geometry for it. But also, you can just play Diva, and it will work better than the Monkey in like all
Yep.
use cases. I think that's what we kind of expect to see.
well,
Of course, we don't know till we know, as you so eloquently put it earlier. Though.
yeah. But like I mentioned before, Chicano, a Winston player, wants to play Winston. Blizzard World gives them that opportunity to do it. Maybe not as good as some of the escort maps that we had, like a Dorado. Could have played a Winston there. But again, I think I like the sight lines a little bit better on Blizzard World for your Widow player.
Yeah. They're so long. They're so free. We've all seen a Widowmaker pop off on Blizzard World before, and when your Widowmaker is as scary as Ruby, then I'd be a little bit worried myself. So we'll have to wait and see if they're actually able to pop off before, because I think last time I cast the Demon Kittens, it was them on Suravasa even finding Widow value. That's not a Widow map. That's a map where you should be dying on cooldown as Widow. So when you actually give them, proper scaling, I think there's a real chance of finding some really quite strong value. It's another substitute that has been made. A tank swap coming through on the other side. Vicious Inferno have Flam 34 coming through. So no more Immortal. I assume no more Queen. Instead, it's going to be a different tank. Like we said, probably a dive tank.
Yeah, it would be great if they had filled out their team sheet more than just their names and their pronouns and their roles. But hey, at least they filled it out, right? This is the captain though for Vicious Inferno coming into the into the lineup now. So it could definitely be an interesting swap for as now we have full confirmation for you and everyone at home that Blizzard World is our next choice.
Yeah, so hopefully casters can stop yapping a bit as we will be going in momentarily.
Casters
We have an
start
overcast. God, it looks so much like home. Miserable, slightly raining.
Glasgow. POV, you live in Glasgow.
Dude, the UK in general, realistically. The important thing is that the rain is, like, not that much. It's just enough to be annoying, Like, heavy rain, you can at least, like, walk through it dramatically, play Nirvana, pretend you're in the Batman. Light rain, you feel like an office worker who's tried to pop out to Greg's to get a quick sausage roll.
Greg's.
Oh, you guys don't got Greg's?
No, we don't
You guys
have a
don't got
Greg's.
Dude, Greg's is life changing.
We don't have a Greg's. I don't want a sausage roll from Greg's, bro.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You don't know what you're missing.
British food.
Uh-huh.
Am
I
right?
can actually hear the quotation marks in your voice right now. Listen. They're playing Anna Brig, Monkey v the Winston or v the Diva. Sorry, Diva's got a better 1v1 into the enemy tank line. Chicana will have stronger dives. Skibbity Riz on that Reaper will be very strong at marking Chicana, but their backline hits are essentially non-existent. So I would expect Vicious Inferno to play to obliterate Chicana. Ruby already obliterated.
Yeah, Ruby taken down. Chicano. Oh, maybe that was Spark finding that pick in response. An anti-nade coming in onto Flam is there, but yeah, without Ruby at the moment to get that long-range damage, it's going to be hard to push in. There is still the chance, though, right? They have the opportunity to come into this, especially if Spark can find a pick, and they are pushing back Vicious Inferno. For the moment, Obistology, though, getting some nice chip damage in, looking for the headshot onto Spec. They do get it. Don't take them down quite just yet. Spec all alone here for the moment, focusing out the point, though, is Vicious Inferno. Still trying to get those picks as Ruby is getting caught out there. Not going to go down quite just yet, but Obistology is going to get forced back by Chicano. A nice anti-nade comes in from Pika Pepper, and that, or sorry, not for Pika Pepper. Oh yeah, it was. You know what? It doesn't matter. Vicious Inferno won the fight.
I thought I was the one who was supposed to be not all here, but yeah, works out in the end. Skibidi is able to find a lot more value in this fight than the last one. I think getting picked off there on that Reaper is a bit of a goof, realistically. You got both cooldowns up. You can just not die. Choosing Sedai made it a bit awkward, but you know, when all said and done, no ticks given over, no harm, no foul. Vicious Inferno right now. Again, they're going to play heavily for the poke. Again, they're playing heavily to mark Chicano. We'll see how much value this Nano finds. I feel like maybe even throwing it on Spark could be a better choice than the Winston here.
Well, that's going to go on the Winston, and they've already taken Obistology out. I mean, Chicano is going to get anteed up, is going to have to force Primal, but they found Todoroki, and they're going to look to take down Skibidi Riz, and they do indeed. And that's going to be a nice fight win coming in from Demon Kittens, right? They only invest 2 ultimates, and they take the fight.
Who said NA can't play Winston, right? Easy nano engage in, beams down 2, pops the primal for the 3rd. Vicious Inferno just elects not to pop the rally, I guess. If Todoroki, you know, uses that tool, maybe they can survive a little bit longer. Maybe the Bob, maybe the Blossom come online, they can fight for it. But instead, as a first point given over, now second has to play. But I will say, this is going to be even easier. It might... Oh, what was that bomb?
Self-destruct. Not going to find anyone.
What?
Though, I don't know, man. Obistology gonna miss their Kochka movement. Not gonna be able to get up to high ground for the moment. Skibidi, though, very close to the Death Blossom. It is just gonna go down from on high. No, they find only Pika Pepper, but the damage has been done. The picks coming through from Vicious Inferno and stopping them here at the archway.
Yeah, that it is. Not too bad for them. Oh, Chicano needs to go down. Yeah, get the stagger kills. If I'm Demon Kittens, I'm not too mad about this. I keep my DPS ults through. You know, start charging towards my other important ones, and you've got some of the big threats. That's a really nice pulse pick. Demon Kittens can push off of that.
They definitely can. Ruby having Bob as well. You can make a lot of space with it, and you might not even need it with Obistology falling down to Pika Pepper there. Another pick coming through, and Todoroki going the wayside back to spawn. And Demon Kittens are going to be able to get some free push here.
Yeah, that they are. We would very much expect Chicano to have to back out of this space immediately. Remember, that's a Diva Reaper damage. It's pretty uncomfortable for Chicano, who's been able to avoid it for the most part here. Demon Kittens probably just going to play for a nano fight, a deep bob, and hope they can get their cap ult economy. Is somewhat secondary to them here.
Now they come in here with the Bobs coming through. Ruby's Bob taken down first. Obistology, though, is going to stay alive. Chicano popping the Primal, but it's going to be a little too late. They've already lost so many players as Anamain is now down, though, from Chicano, but they're going to kind of have to back out here. Another pick does come through. Going to get that mega health back. Maybe try somehow, but I think they're going to get caught out here.
Oh,
wow.
That is one of the longest staggers, unfortunately. Sometimes I think in Overwatch you need to know when your time is up. Chicano not, meaning that Demon Kittens have about 2 pushes. 2 good pushes, I think it's fair to say. And when you're walking into this Blossom, when you have essentially no tools to counter it out, oh, exactly what you expect to see, right? Vicious Inferno, just rotate ults, and that's one of those good pushes down.
Yeah, not what you wanted to see, right? And Flom having self-destruct. 1:30 on the board here. You've got to try to get something with Spark's Pulse Bomb that's coming up soon.
Indeed. Flam, hopefully this time it's no aggressive ultimate. Todoroki kind of needs this rally to be able to stay competitive with their opponents, but the same could be said of Demon Kittens. A Spark Pulse from here, their best chance.
Yeah, now we're going to see, right? Almost up to the Pulse Bomb. Spec close to getting the rally as well, but Spark is down. That's just not what you wanted to see. And now with the speed ring coming in, all signs go for rally invested here by Spec. I don't know about that one, Chief, as now they're gonna have to kind of just back up here, try to stay alive for a last fight here.
Oh, that's it. Really a rally. I think you're going to regret. You're down 2. Your chance of fighting a trade is essentially nil. You kind of need the rally to trade out Todoroki's on that high ground. Now a Spark pick becomes more than a necessity. It becomes a hope that Demon Kittens have to cling to stay alive here on Blizzard World.
Let's see here as Vicious Inferno look to hold it out here after such a strong look from Demon Kittens. Rally out from Todoroki. And this could just be all done if Anamane gets up to this orbital ray by the end of this. Here's the speed ring coming through. Spark has the pulse, but it's eaten up by Flum. Now they're getting pushed back for the moment, staying on cart like they so desperately need to, as Ruby's going to get taken out there. First pick going, and now things look to keep falling down like a house of cards here. Spectrion. So Orbital Ray going to be coming in to really finish this off. Flom has the self-destruct coming through. Not going to find anything. Chicano going to try to drop one of their own. They did lose Shibidi Riz in that. And the D-Mech on the Flom is going to be there as well. But the Bob coming in is going to be a huge one. Gives them extra damage, extra position on the cart. And this should be the end of it all. The picks coming through is Obistology. Takes down Spec. And Vicious Inferno hold the point.
Yeah, I feel like we're going to put an embargo on Divas trying to kill with their ultimates. Guys, it's not Overwatch 1. It's not going to work anymore. Poco is retired for a reason. But, no, it's...
He's going to play again?
I hope not.
I think he said he wanted to play again.
Okay, well, I don't even know why I'm playing Poco. He was okay, honestly. I remember watching him play for Soul Inferno. He played, like, 1 map on Sigma, and honestly, it looked really good. Obviously, he's been retired for a while still, but I could see him finding success. Back to the game at hand now. Vicious Inferno, obviously able to mount a pretty strong defense here. Cart stopped in a bit of a weird spot, I think, in terms of progress. Demon Kittens is an achievable goal to hold here, but it's going to have to be very consistent from them. I think that we do need to see a bit of cleaning up in terms of the ultimates. Remember, I'm still pretty upset about Data rally. Obviously, Data invested in the second to last fight. Whilst Todoroki's rally ended up also finding basically no value, it would have been such a nice tool to keep through in that brawl fight on the card at the very end, right? It would have maybe been the thing that got Demon Kittens over the line, allowed them that time back extension. Instead, we're looking at round 2 already, 97 meters, where the buck is going to stop. So consistency, the name of the game. Looking at cleanliness, we're looking at precision, we're looking at efficiency that Demon Kittens are going to need. Vicious Inferno, I'd probably say need 2.5 fights to get this one over the line. Not too bad for them whatsoever.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see here, right? Ruby on the defense could be a lot better than they were on offense. But again, they're already forced off that high ground here, being forced away back to point, and Obistology has it, a nice sight line, trying to take down Spec. Spark in the back, trying to harass them, take them down, still very low, and a nice prediction for the Dynamite as the picks are going to come through now, though, from Vicious Inferno. They've caught everyone out, and the picks are going to come through, and that should be point 1 going to Vicious Inferno.
That it will, and remember, great spot there. But there's not that much runway for the Demon Kittens to actually give up. Ruby's on the Widowmaker. I think fair enough. It's a comfort pick. You've got good ones into at least the Ashe pretty consistently. The Juno as well, should she present her head. Demon Kittens, they have one fight, realistically, especially if they decide to play for really strong defender angles. Perfection going to be required for 5.5 minutes. I'd say this is Vicious Inferno finding a second, unless there's a once-in-a-lifetime performance from Ruby, but, you know, maybe contradictorily. We've seen that before.
We have indeed. So there is obviously still a chance, especially if they can. Oh no, they're gonna try to take down Ruby here, and they knew Ruby swapped to the Widowmaker. Almost though, Silk Skibidi Riz out of the fight with that grapple shot. Is gonna stay up for the moment though. The fighting breaking out on point with Flam already up to the self-destruct. Right now though, Spark has this pulse bomb available, right? They could find the value that they're hoping for. Oh, Beastology though, looking for a shot of their own. Oh! Wow. Shot comes in. They need to be able to contest this point now though, as it is so very close. As Ruby trying to run for their life. The peel is going to be there. Skibidi Riz is going to get taken down by Pika Pepper. Pulse bomb up and ready from Spark if they do so need to, but it looks like Vicious Inferno are going to retreat.
One of the advantages that Demon Kittens have to work with here is the fact that this map is so long to take, essentially. It takes a while to set up any possible attack because of the amount of space you have to take, like, procedurally, right? So there is probably 4 attempts for Vicious Inferno to get this one over the line. Heavy ult fight is going to be risky from both sides. The sights are going to be a big tool here, actually.
Yeah, so Death Blossom does get stunned out, but the the Spark is crazy. Dueling orbital rays, but the picks keep coming through from Vicious Inferno. It should be over here. Self-destruct on the point. They are gonna find no one. Smacks the last one remaining, and Vicious Inferno are up 2-0 in the series.
A remet kill to get a numbers advantage? I mean, you don't see that every day, do you, Joker? I mean, you've got to be feeling so hard done if you're the Tracer Demon Kittens. Like, I'm actually at a loss for words. That is ridiculous. Either way, though, there was plenty of time on the bank. I'm, not going to say that there was a great chance for the Demon Kittens, even if they were to hold there. Convert the 4v4 that was set up for them. But I think with Ruby on the Widowmaker, there was maybe a better chance. I think we did already get to see a little bit of Vicious Inferno struggling to apply pressure to the sniper. But at the end of the day as well, I think we were seeing just better macro play coming through from Vicious Inferno, making less mistakes. And because of that, up 2-0 in the series. Lijiang Tower, of course, incredibly competitive, but as well definitely seemed like it had a bit more of a firm favorite.
Yeah, definitely, right? They were able to really set themselves apart in that second map there on Blizzard World. Obviously, Demon Kittens still have a chance here. We are going to head to a break, right? So that gives them a little bit more of an opportunity to reset these mantles going in to the back half of this series. But they need to win now because it is a first of 3. So we'll see. Can Demon Kittens try to claw their way back in the series right after this break? XYPA.
My time is expensive. I'm a busy man.
Welcome back, everyone. It is time for our next map in the series. We've already got the pick coming in from Demon Kittens, trying to turn back this series, trying to at least get one to then get the thought of a reverse sweep in the back of both of these teams' minds, right? We'll be headed to Saravasa.
Yes, so we're going to be going back onto that ground tank battle. This time it was a little bit closer on Legion Tower, as memory serves. Remember, 19 both points, just to end up going in favor of Vicious Inferno. Once we went on to Blizzard World to play those longer sightlines, it was maybe less close, right? It was pretty dominant in favor of Vicious Inferno. They showed that their macro was a little bit stronger. They were making less mistakes, and because of that, they were able to take it in pretty strong fashion. So here at Saravasa, like we said, ground tanks again. And in theory, should be a little bit closer, a little bit more in favor of the Demon Kittens. We have some substitutes, which I think we can take a gander at now. So Reveroni and Kylo going to be coming in. Implies that very likely going to be moving back over to the kind of Malga style with Reveroni coming in, right? Ruby is the pure hit scan. I think Reveroni is playing the more Brawl-based characters, so very likely the Reaper in this spot. And Kylo, I think, just going to come in for the main support in general. I remember a lot of break from him in the previous.
And it looks like we also have a last-second swap coming in for Vicious Inferno here, as Immortal is coming back into the lobby for Flam.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, right? Immortal is going to play the ground tanks. When we saw it on the Queen, we saw it on the Malga. I think Flam was playing the Diva before. I think this makes perfect sense. So our graphic is now wrong because they changed so late, so they are now our permanent blood enemies, I'm afraid. But no, I think these are all perfectly reasonable decisions. I think the big question for me is whether we see, again, them want to start on the Queen, do Demon Kittens. Obviously, they were forced onto the Queen before, or do they want to start on the Malga? It's no real way of telling. Just remember, I suppose, when we're looking at this 1v1 in the Queen mirror, you're mainly looking at who finds more shout value. Knives are incredibly big. Whereas we're looking at Queen versus the Malga, it's purely about survival. If you survive the slam, you're chilling, you're gonna win. If you don't survive the slam, you're dead, and therefore have bigger problems.
Yeah, that's fair. That is maybe the truest thing you've ever said, Spectreon.
I don't know, I say some pretty true things.
Hey, look, it's the alligator. It's Freddy. I can't say his full name because it's not safe for
Not safe for broadcast.
Yeah, it's not safe for broadcast.
Yeah.
But it's Friday. It's a Twitter account. On Alligator Daily, right? It's Alligator Daily that posted that video.
Yeah. Many are saying this. I love Alligator Daily. What a great account. What a great account.
Many
Queen Mirror coming through. In terms of the DPS, we've got an Ashe for Reveroni. Very likely will explode like 7 times as Obesology and Skibidi Riz press the let's kill the Ashe button.
Oh, wow. Well, maybe not. With Reveroni taking Anamain out of the fight immediately here, Spec, because that should be a kind of just a free fight win for Demon Kittens. They're going to be able to capture this point. Now Todoroki falling down late as well, or early, and if this is a second engagement by Vicious Inferno, if you want to say that, is now Obestology falling down as well. Reveroni coming back in and putting a mark on this fight already.
Yeah, absolutely. A huge opening pick coming through from the Ashe on a hero who we kind of didn't expect to find much value. Kind of hard to access here, so the name of the game for Vicious Inferno is going to be the Reaper marking this Ashe. Once they're down on the ground, then there's a lot more threat from the Tracer, but Skibidi Riz, again, dies with Brave Form active.
Yeah, Kylo able to get that follow-up on to Skibidi Riz there, and ooh! Okay. I mean, they didn't go right into the sightline, but that was kind of like Ashe's max range there, as Reveroni staying alive as Demon Kittens right now.
Absolutely that. They are Vicious Inferno really struggling so far. I do think, for what it's worth, this is going to be the strongest point for the Demon Kittens, and the Ashe is here and untouchable. Over to the Cassidy to match some of the range. Allows you to brawl a bit harder, but you get poked out. I don't mind this from Vicious Inferno, but it feels a little bit, how to say, to the left of the problem rather than actually solving it.
Now we're going to see here now as they're going to go in, commanding shout onto the point as the Obistology finding Spark. Now this is a perfect chance for Demon Kittens to, or sorry, for Vicious Inferno to come back, but they lose Todoroki here. Not what you wanted to see, and you can't barely get off the point. Reveroni is going to be sighted down, looking at the other side of the map, and is going to go down. Kitsune Rush is invested. Oh, okay. Rush going to come back in response from Vicious Inferno. They are going to be able to take this point. Investing the Rampage is Chicano. Can they take down Immortal, who's still alive, trying to build up to a Rampage of their own? Pulse Bomb comes through. Chicano is down. Pulse Bomb out from Spark as well. Bob going to come in from Reveroni. Not going to get on the point in time, and a lot of ults maybe wasted there.
That kind of looks like a swapping bob to me from Reveroni, right? I mean, your chance of finding value there is essentially nil. Your teammates have died in the previous. Trying to clutch it out, you don't love to see that. Skibidi Riz, of course, back onto that Reaper. Finding not too much success there. Immortal can just go first. As long as they go really early, Kylo would have a beating time.
Yeah, they're gonna have beat for. Are they gonna get beat for this fight? Are they gonna go in? Are they gonna try to beat? No, they're still just waiting out. There's the Rampage, but the beat is going to be there, and the cleanse comes through from Pika Pepper. It's perfect, right? They didn't get the cleanse on Kylo, but that's not gonna matter in the long run, as they're still trying to hold it out. And wow, Pika Pepper's still gonna go down, and that might just be the point going to Vicious Inferno.
Yeah, the ult trade ends up working out. Of course, it wasn't a fully accurate ult track. I think if they had, then they would have tried to go early there. But they'll take it. They convert it. So another 199 point. But another one that goes in favor of Vicious Inferno. Demon Kittens got to be feeling a little bit hard done by all these close scenarios going against them. Reveroni now on the Sojourn. I do prefer this over the Ashe. You have some added survivability in exchange for some lower damage.
Ooh.
And you've got a pick as well onto Obistology.
Yeah, it's a good pick already for Demon Kittens, right? And now they can get in control of the flashpoint here, especially if they get some late stagger kills onto the remaining members of Vicious Inferno. With Skibidi Riz going down, still chasing these picks out. Not anymore, because, well, the point's going to be unlocked. And now they're going to be able to take this, but yeah, they're going to take the point.
Yeah, that they are. They get the opening pick there, and so they're likely to convert, right? Especially when you're in these Queen comps, these, I just call it a 5-man almost. The numbers are everything here. Demon Kittens will have an unanswered Rampage. Chicano should have this next fight essentially for free.
There's the rushes coming out, dueling on the point here. Obistology looking for a pulse bomb, but the Death Blossom from Skibidi Riz finding 2. There is a trade. Todoroki is down, but Chicano is going to be taken down by the Jagged Blade of Immortal. The point's going to flip over at 53%. No, 52%. Okay.
I have no idea why Chicano didn't instantly Rampage there. You should be playing super hard for that ultimate. You can use it to punish the rush of your opposition, and while you end up kind of split from your DPS, the entire enemy team is purple, so you don't really care too much about it. I understand cleanse is a threat, but you're only cleansing 2-3 people at max. Bit of a mistake here. Now it's getting some time for Todoroki to match with the sound barrier, and only more time as Anime goes down.
Another pick coming in. This is a perfect engage. You might not even need to invest in ultimate, Spectron. That's even bigger for Demon Kittens right now. The ult rotation so important for Flashpoint.
Okay, this is again another scenario where an early Rampage could be huge. An accurate ult track here shows that Todoroki's getting there, but his actual chance of building up a beat in this pre-fight is close to 0, right? They have to touch, they need to go. We're at 1 fight territory, but what can they get done?
Overclock coming in, and they've lost Pika Pepper, and Chicano still hasn't used their Rampage. The trade is there. Anamane is down, but so many people are low on Demon Kittens. Rampage.
He DJs it!
No, he didn't. He got the picks from it. He got the value from it, but it's just not going to be worth it.
He purpled one person. He purpled one person. Immortal, okay, like, I understand that the ults, like, technically started, but he died so quickly during it, I'm counting that as an AJ. You can't hold your ultimate for that long and then also find no value. Unfortunately, that's just a bit of a stinker, unfortunately, from Chicano. Vicious Inferno, there's going to be a touch coming through, but they're so set up here for victory.
Yeah, that was their fight to win after winning a drive fight, right? Now they're on the back foot. Todoroki can invest the sound barrier and hold... No way. Beastology's gonna go down. Chicano almost finds a pick that can find... Nope, Death Blossom comes in. Spark is down. Clearing the point, clearing the area. Is Vicious Inferno, but Reverone is gonna find another pick. Pika Pepper pops the Kitsune Rush to rein it in, take back the point, and take the second flashpoint.
The beat is way too early from Todoroki. The Blossom from Skibidi Riz is so passive, and Obesology just falls over. Unfortunately, a cavalcade of mistakes cost Vicious Inferno. And now we're tied up 1-on-1 here on Survivor. A bit of a gift towards the Demon Kitties one they're only happy to take. And as we head on to our next flashpoint of Ruins, then hopefully they'll snowball that momentum into going even in the series during First Blood.
Yeah, no, definitely gives Demon Kittens some wind in their sail here. Going down 2-0 on Flashpoint would not be good for them when you're down already in the series, but Spark falls down here first. They are going to get some trades. Both supports are now down, but Kylo going to get caught out as well. Yeah, definitely had a chance to finish up the pick there in the back. Overclock going to come in here from Reveroni. Pika Pepper finding Skibidi, and that's going to be the point going to Demon Kittens.
That it is. Trades are really quite back and forth there, but Demon Kittens are able to get it. Recall Force, but won't matter too much. I think, again, the issue here is that the beat is so desynced from the Rampage of Chicano. In these previous couple fights where we've talked about it, it hasn't come into effect. This time, though, could be massive.
It could be indeed. They've got to be able to find good value with this Rampage here. Spec cannot be holding it on to it till the last second either. Immortal, though, up and ready for a Rampage of their own coming in down. There's the sound barrier, and it's going to be countered out immediately, but the picks are there. Trades coming through. 2 for 2 on the point at the moment. And Obesology having this ball bomb could be the difference maker. Skibidi Riz finding Chicano out of the fight. Still is getting traded out. Spark has an opportunity with a recall coming through. Pulse Bomb not going to find anyone. As now Skibidi has the Death Blossom available on the point, and as Obesology finding a pick of their own could be enough to hold on to this for Vicious Inferno, but Kylo coming back, taking down Skibidi Riz is huge. Point is going to flip over, though, to Vicious Inferno's favor, but this is a perfect opportunity to come back in for Demon Kittens.
Yeah, that it is. So this fight is going to continue. The action is going to keep on going. The Kitsune Rush is going to bolster the damage of Vicious Inferno, but it's Reveroni getting the kills.
Yeah, that's huge. Point flips back over. Got the Kitsune Rush out from Ana main. And now they're up 2-1 in the, well, not in the series, on the map. But this is a huge stepping stone if Demon Kittens can win this map here.
Indeed. So very, very close to drawing out this. Well, also, I just realized there's no beat here for Vicious Inferno, no cleanse either. This Rampage of Chicano, again, unmirrored, again, can find huge value. Double support ults, yeah, 5-man purple.
Todoroki, though, finds the pick of the Pika Pepper. How are they letting this happen? Todoroki does go down, but the picks are coming in from Vicious Inferno here. As they, I mean, obviously they invested ultimates, but that should have been your fight.
I don't know how you kill 0 people with a 5-man anti. I mean, I can't even be professional about that. I have no idea what just happened. Skibidi Riz, obviously great Blossom there to respond to the pressure. It's going to hit a lot of people, going to stop some amount of follow-up, but people just trip over when this normally happens. I guess it is in the pre-fight. It doesn't really seem like Spark and Reveroni were really scaled to follow up, but, like, it's a 5-man anti.
Yeah, it's not good. Kitsune Rush coming in from Pika Pepper. Reveroni on an off angle as well. To be able to help force out and rotate around, and Chicano finding Todoroki. Now Reveroni is going to go in for the follow-up there and take a couple down as Immortal goes swimming in the lakes.
Indeed. So Pendulum's going to swing back the other way pretty quick there from the side of Demon Kittens. Vicious Inferno really got to wait for their ult cycle to come online. Once it does, they'll be in a much better place, comparatively speaking. But until then, they've got to give up a lot of point percentage, and they don't really have that runway to give up. So I'm going to wait a while before they've got a really strong chance. Maybe they play for the Rampage, trade out the Rampage for the B, then get the Rally in the late fight. We'll have to wait and see.
And now here's the overclock coming in from Reveroni. Could be enough, but there's a... Ooh, we're only finding Kylo with the Rampage. Reveroni finding Todoroki out with their overclock of their own. Now with the Pulse Bomb available, but Skibidi gonna find Kylo out. The trades are coming through though. It's back and forth. Pulse Bomb out and Spark is down. Skibidi Riz continuing to dominate with these Hellfire shotguns. Rotating back to the point, trying to stay alive. Gonna maybe get caught out. Rampage! Oh my goodness, finds Anamain. They get Anamain, but they might not win this fight with Pika Pepper falling down. The respawns are coming back, and now Rally online. The orbital ray was available, but you're not going to need it as the picks are going to come through. Skibidi Riz staying alive is going to be the reason this is not over.
And in the end, they only spend those tools I spoke about. That's exactly what they did. They play for the rally, use it to force the B, and then get the super late rally. Now, I didn't expect it to come from the respawns because Demon Kittens just... I struggle to finish their meal like a kid with broccoli on their plate, but, you know, when all's said and done, Vicious Inferno, ult advantage, set up defensively, only need the one to bring us to a point number 5.
Orbital ray coming in, and that should be a nice engage coming through. Rotation around, perhaps, from Demon Kittens to come to the point, but they're going to be met with the Death Blossom on the point here. They're just buying time, trying to stay away from this orbital ray, but there's the Pulse Bomb out. Skibidi Riz has this Death Blossom, and they're going to just go all the way in, and they find so much damage with it that they can just follow up with the Jagged Blade, and the point goes the way of Vicious Inferno. We're headed to a Flashpoint 5.
And now, just like in Austerity, everybody's skint, right? So out of this final battle, there's going to be no ults online, maybe a pulse on for this last flashpoint of Palace. Reveroni, I guess, next up on the chopping block as well with an overclock that could be there. But it's all about the neutral. It's all about the mechanics. It's all about who can find more. And our setup defensively is the Demon Kittens, already a huge boon to their system.
See here, right? No team having ultimates quite just yet. Spark gonna have this Pulse Bomb to possibly open things up. Demon Kittens pressuring out point for the moment. Might be able to get a free capture here if Vicious Inferno are just going to allow them to do it. Now Spark in the back line looking for a Pulse Bomb, looking for a chance to turn the tide of this fight with one stick of the bomb. Can they turn it? Well, we'll have to see, but Beastology, they took too long to make their move. They've lost Pika Pepper, and they're going to lose more unless Beastology falls down here. But I think, yeah, they lost their chance to make their move, and the picks are going to come in from Vicious Inferno because of it.
Yeah, that they are. It's a huge mistake there. 40% is obviously lovely to get, but they're going to get wiped out. The stagger onto Reveroni is brutal as well, so it's going to be at least comparative here for the side of Vicious Inferno. Be curious to see what their fight plan is. I assume you have to go really early with Rampage if you've got an accurate ult track. If you don't, then I guess you try and play for an early bash fight instead.
Yeah, now here are going to see Chicano might be able to get... Oh, wow, they get Todoroki early on here. A huge opening for Demon Kittens. And oh, what a shot coming in from Chicano on Beastology there. Taking them down. Point going to be flipped back over to Demon Kittens.
Todoroki very polite there and not popping the rally at all, so just goes down. I guess it is economical, but when you go ult for ult, remember the Kiriluso does find more value, generally speaking, right? There is no counter out to the Rampage. Vicious Inferno in a bit of an awkward spot here. If they can bait the Rampage and then win next fight, that'd be perfect for them, but they don't really have the time for that. They're just going to have to win this biff.
Yeah, this is a perfect... Demon Kittens are so in control to win this, right? If they blow a 2 ult lead, that's about to be tied up here, but they need to be able to win this outright, or you're done for good. Overclock in, Rampage comes through from Immortal, and Chicano is down. Now how do you want to start this off? Orbital Ray coming in from Anamain, maybe not needed as the picks have come through, as Reveroni falls down as well. You just have your Death Blossom for this last fight.
I feel like a broken record saying this, but they still have this Rampage. Again, it could be huge, but Chicano seems to, again, just not want to invest in any given opportunity. Yeah, I know, right? A pick here would be lovely. A Blossom here is going to be necessary.
Yeah, Rush coming in, but Death Blossom is there. No one's gonna get picked by it. And Skibidi Riz is taken down. Obistology finding a pick. There's 2 with the Rampage, and the picks might come through here. And they seem to have done it. They're gonna be able to hold on to this unless there's a dire change coming in from Vicious Inferno. But the overtime is gonna be ticking away. It is just on a main left on point, and there they go. They take the map. Get one back and try ever more to tie up the series after this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Could be seeing the start of a reverse sweep even, but still plenty of work left to do. I've got to say, in that final fight there, if we see a couple more shots hit from the Ashe, or even like 2 more, it would have been, then we get the Bob online. You can toss that to stall the point, get some extra damage in. Maybe there's a chance for that fight, but instead doesn't go in their favor. Unfortunately, the Blossom coming through is unfortunately between the goalposts, I think we'll call it, right? Too far back to hit the front line advancing forward, too far forward to actually hit the back line, who was trying to play these poke angles onto the point. So a couple of things, unfortunately, going against Vicious Inferno to stop them from 3-0ing the series, but they still have plenty of runway to take it.
Yeah, they definitely do. They definitely do indeed, right? They still have technically 2 maps to give, or 1 map to give, right? You can still force a map 5 and still win the series, and that's the good thing about being up 2-0 to start off. But allowing Demon Kittens to get this momentum right could be the downfall of Vicious Inferno. You had the chance there and then to finish it off, but now you've given them 1. What's to stop them from taking another 2?
Well, the map choice, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we've got map choice coming up next. You can go towards a hybrid map. We saw what happened on Blizzard Worlds. It's going to end up being probably very similar compositions if you want to go towards Gibraltar, Dorado, something like that, right? So that's exactly what I'd be looking to do if I was Vicious Inferno. You know exactly how much you can dominate if you can go towards one of these more dive-centric maps. So we'll have to wait and see whether that's actually what they elect to do. I'll just take one more gander at the map to remind myself what's even in. So we got.
We're going.
I would have went Dorado, but they've got Colosseo instead, which is really weird.
Yeah.
I'm curious about this one.
Maybe they wanted to save Escort for a potential map 5.
I guess, but why not just find out?
That's literally that's all I can think of why you choose push first and then Escort. We do have a swap coming in yet again. Flam coming back in for Immortal. So that tells me they might want to run a diva yet again here. For because I mean it worked well for him on Blizzard World, so maybe we're bringing back the diva.
Yeah. I think it makes perfect sense for them to make this substitute. I think. Wait, I just realized we're playing Colosseo. I guess you can play the diva on Colosseo.
Yeah.
I think that these kind of more elevatory styles are going to be better when you're fighting around kind of second and third fight. If you think about winning consecutive, you know, when you're kind of coming through that archway, leaving the actual Colosseum itself, fighting around that bridge, that's where the diva finds value. Once you're on top of the bridge, when you're taking first fight as well, then typically you're playing more front to back, and a Risa or maybe a ground tank are maybe a bit more optimal there, but we'll have to wait and see exactly what they are cooking.
We shall see here, obviously. But until then, we can only speculate with what these comps are going to be. Like we said, I think the diva makes kind of sense, especially since we saw that swap for Flam coming back in. Other than that, we can't really picture what either of these two teams are cooking at the moment, specifically Vicious Inferno.
Yeah, this is definitely a cook. I think it's fair to call it that, but how much so is the question. Whether it's a good one as well is also, I think, more importantly the question. So see if it's going to be Vicious Inferno, who have come up with a bit of a gimmick strat that could win out the series 3-0, or 3-1, sorry. Or if they've just shot themselves in the foot and we're going to a map number 5. We'll have to wait and see, is all we can really say, because I think for both myself and you, Joker, we're at a bit of a loss as to exactly what they've got in mind.
We'll see here. Obviously, they picked Coliseo for a reason, so they definitely have something cooking, but what is it? It's the Mauga. The Mauga's coming back, which was not on any of our, was just not on the menu for either of us, right? We're going to see how it works here. I don't think Demon Kittens are expecting it at all either, so this is going to really put Vicious Inferno on a front foot if they can get some good value with it.
I mean, we know how the matchup works. We haven't seen Flam actually play the Malgo, so this is going to be the question. And if Chicano, who hasn't had to play into a Malga as memory serves, can actually respond to it. Again, name of the game here is just going to be obliterating Chicano.
Yeah, definitely. See if they can do that here. First and foremost, right? Robot going to unlock soon. And oh my goodness, Chicano almost taken down there here, but they are going to get healed up, rotate away for the time being. But, ooh, Reveroni find the pick on Obistology is just not what you wanted to see if you are Vicious Inferno here. Still getting some damage and going into the back line, trying to take out the remaining members of Demon Kittens at the moment, but they haven't been able to take down Chicano, and, well, Reveroni is going to make them pay for it.
Yeah, exactly. Two railguns come through onto Todoroki and Flam, and Vicious Inferno losing out first fight here. So far, they're on their map pick, not finding the success that they were looking for, but there's plenty of time to get the snowball rolling. It's an awkward 1v1, recall force already from Obistology, but the next fight very likely will be here before the Tracer is actually going to need that cooldown.
Let's see here now. Going into the fight, Spark trying to build up to the pulse bomb here, Spec, so that could be an opening that that Demon Kittens do so want to use. They're just kind of backing up right now. We're on the full retreat, and Chicano is down. That is that's the go sign for the rest of Vicious Inferno. Spark is going to find a pick with the pulse bomb, and another one coming in onto Flom, as well as Reveroni on the Sojourn. It's going to find Obistology as well. This is looking so good for Vicious Inferno, but maybe not any longer. Well, maybe still, as they still have an overwhelming presence on the point.
The Juno's alive, so they can just keep on living. The stall onto Spark, though, means that very likely they won't be able to get forward spawns, but they get it close. They won't be able to get leads, sorry. This next fight is going to be very, very curious. Of course, we've seen Chicano obviously reticent to invest their ultimate, but here, it's such a great tool, just not in time for the orbital ray.
Orbital Ray comes through, and there's the Pulse Bomb as well onto Reveroni, taking them down, and they're going to be able to clean up the remaining members of Demon Kittens. But a big thing for Demon Kittens here, Spec, is they didn't invest in ultimate. This is going to be could be a very easy contest or recontest for them.
So the big thing about playing the Queen is that you can rampage the orbital ray and turn their fight win into a fight win for you. Demon Kittens are forced to probably trade things out here, but 5 check marks is a huge threat, obviously.
And Obistology coming in on late. Their sound barrier is going to be the invest early. Scribbity is going to go with the Death Blossom. They are going to fall down. Reveroni with the overclock finds one. That's all they're going to find, but that's all they're going to need because the rest of the team were able to clean up.
Yeah, that they are. It's a pretty bold attempt at a Blossom there, but at the end of the day, you went 1 for 2. It's not the end of the world. Reveroni's making a swap onto the Reaper. This makes sense. Helps you burn the front line a little bit more. I think this is a strong adaptation. This fight here, again, Pulse pick would be lovely. Vicious Inferno probably going to cage the Queen.
They're going to cage up Spark first. Is that all they find with the cage? It looks like it is. Looks like that's all they find with the cage.
Okay, so the issue with that is that the Queen is still allowed to use her ultimate. Maybe they decide to try and cut this out, as they will.
Yeah, they're just gonna walk away from him. Rally is gonna come in. Todoroki and Flom were the only ones to get the anteed up, and Obistology is gonna be able to find 2, and the Kitsune Rush is just gonna be wasted because the picks have already come in from Vicious Inferno.
This is getting a little bit silly, unfortunately. We keep seeing Chicano hold these rampages for forever and then find basically no value from them, right? Like, I understand trying to do, you know, few and high quality. That's not a bad ethos in terms of your ultimates, but few and bad, we just got to see a change. Malga mirror out and out, full mirror impact for both these two teams, so no more tempo differences between these two comps. It's purely about the execution now.
It really is. It really is. There they go. Chicano running through, trying to get a value. When they do, they take Todoroki down, and Ski Riz now down as well. They are going to come through. Flom trying to stay alive, trying to find a pick, but Flom is going to go down as Chicano was able to stay alive through that off.
So far, success coming through from that Malga. Vicious Inferno, very, very happy to just capitalize on Demon Kitten's, I suppose, newness to the composition here. Ult cycle coming online is just going to be superior for Vicious Inferno. The orbital ray of Anime is going to be so threatening. Pika Pepper can't mirror out, and the Blossom of Reveroni might not be threatening enough to beat it as well.
And we're going to see here, obviously, they still have a big advantage. Just Vicious Inferno with the percentage gone is now Death Blossom coming in, and they're just going to take down Reveroni. They don't. There's no way it goes through. They're going to get, again, they're going to win the fight off the back of not investing anything. Does Vicious Inferno?
Yeah, their opponents do as well. Vicious Inferno loving life right now. They are going to have all 5 jet marks here. A bit of a lead in terms of the ones that matter. Mainly the Death Blossom helps you in cage fight scenarios. If I'm Vicious Inferno, I'm probably looking to win with, well, you got to mirror out the ray, you got to mirror out the cage, and then that's going to be it, hopefully.
That Blossom in from Skibidi Riz, Kylo Chicano falling down, a perfect orbital raid coming in from Anime, and Skibidi Riz goes for 4. Can they make it a 5-piece? There's the recall, there they go. No, Obesology takes it away from Skibidi Riz in the end.
The disadvantage, though, it was a bit of an overspend here for Vicious Inferno. They've only got the rally into this next fight, which isn't so bad into the cage, but you'd really rather have more.
Todoroki going down is a nice opening for Demon Kittens now, but the trade is back into the thick of it. And now Demon Kittens are on the front foot here. Obesology and Anime running for the hills as well with Skibidi Riz. But
Stagger. Again, in Overwatch, it's important to know when your time is up. Anime tries to live there a little bit greedy and pays for it. Now Vicious Inferno have to give up so much free time. Not push just yet, you know, because of how far their lead is. They don't have to worry about that just yet, but they really would have loved to fight at this very much midpoint here, and waiting for their Juno meets that an impossibility.
Yeah, as now, or cage fight comes in, but do they catch anyone with the cage? They do. They get Obesology, and now Flom going down as well, and the pick's gonna keep coming through from Demon Kittens. And they're going to be able to keep pushing forward, but they have so much ground to make up in so little time.
Yeah, finally increasing the distance on their wall. But as you mentioned, that distance gap is going to be a huge issue. 2.5 minutes on the time mech is not so bad. Next fight is going to be over forward spawns, and once they get that, well, the floodgates absolutely could open. Engage comes through and kind of sucks.
Yeah, wasn't able to find anything. Death Blossom comes in, and Anime goes down. You wanted to try to go bar for bar with Pika Pepper, but well, they lose Reveroni there. Flom going to get traded out is not what you wanted to see. Now the forward spawns should it be in the favor of Demon Kittens. 2 minutes on the board, and yeah, there's forward spawns, but scratch unlocked.
Yeah, big mechanical mistake for Anime to be taken down by that Blossom. No reason really for the Juno to drop off of high to low, but as he does, just gets punished, of course. Distance lead now closing, about 40 meters the difference. Vicious Inferno, I think maybe having this map slip between their fingers a little bit.
Yeah, if they lose this map, I think we're going to see a Demon Kittens win here. But right now, Obesology is going to find Spark, but Flom is down here. You can't have that happen when you have cage fight available.
No, I just think both tanks have been really struggling to find opportunities for their ultimate here. So I think the next fight is going to be for the lead. It's not going to be a good fight as Obesology finds the worst stagger known to man.
They have Orbital Ray. They have Cage Fight. Rally gonna come
Cage
in.
Jax.
There's Orbital Ray, but they get Cage Jax, and Todoroki is now down. Chicano has a cage of their own going into the thick of it. Skippity Rizzo fights 4. No way. They find it. They stop him on the doorstep. 45 seconds to go, and wow, Vicious Inferno might have saved the map.
One of the really important things about using Orbital Ray is that you need to walk with it. When no matter where the Orbital Ray is, you should be in that spot, and Flam deciding to play the front line instead of walking the Ray almost cost him. Thankfully, Skibbity Riz is there, but they are in a very awkward spot still.
No way. There's the cage fight coming in. Jack Bottom from Reveroni is huge. The big thing is they got it pretty far. There's 13 seconds to go. Is it going to be enough?
So Vicious Inferno aren't going to get overtime spawns, which means they can refight in time. They're going to have a rally in this fight. If Spark doesn't pulse Todoroki, then Vicious Inferno still have huge advantage in this upcoming battle.
Rally comes in. Ovistology is down. Kylo stunned up. Pulse Bomb comes through. This might just... Oh my goodness, we're going to a map... We might be going to map 5 here, and it looks like it's going to be the case. The picks keep coming through from Demon Kittens. The cage fight's there, but it's not gonna stop them. There they go. Demon Kittens are gonna be able to tie it up 2-2.
I mean, we spoke before this map about how we maybe didn't see the vision, right? Why Vicious Inferno could have gone towards a Dorado to play that dive that we see so much success for them in. But a huge lead that they start off with just came back on because of, I mean, what I can only call a succession of unfortunate circumstances and silly mistakes. I mean, obviously it was a great map from the Reaper, that goes without saying. But the rest of his team, not really there. I mean, some of those staggers were absolutely brutal, on Anime especially. I mean, you can't be making mistakes like that, and now 2-2, we're just one map away from Demon Kittens completing that reverse sweep.
Yeah, and like I said, in the middle of that map, right, Demon Kittens win that after Vicious Inferno had such a lead. You've got to think the mentals are boomed right now for them, and Demon Kittens are riding a high like no other right now. They're coming back. They're almost, they've almost completed the reverse sweep. We'll see if that's going to be the case after this short little break. So stick around. You're not going to want to miss the conclusion of the series. The stage has been set. It is time for map number 5 as we come in here. Demon Kittens looking to complete the reverse sweep. Spectron, this is where winners are bred. This is where champions are made. Can Demon Kittens take out their brooms for the reverse sweep here? Or can Vicious Inferno shut the door on the hopes and dreams of Demon Kittens?
We will have to wait and see. Of course, it's going to be Dorado coming up next. Last time we saw, some sort of more divey mirror between these two teams, it was a huge advantage, of course, for Vicious Inferno. This time, Demon Kittens hope to have learned from their mistakes, and Vicious Inferno hope to replicate them instead. Before we get into this, I kind of have to get this narrative out the way of why didn't they go before?
Yeah.
To which I still have no answer. But we'll have to wait and see if this map can teach us whether there's something about Dorado specifically. Maybe they struggle on this map. Maybe they find some functional differences from Blizzard World, which we are yet to wait and see. And of course, the Ruby factor is always a possibility, right? Just lock the Widow, dink 3 people, do that every fight, and there's not much game to play. But whether that actually happens is a different matter entirely, one we have to look at. Speaking of Ruby, of course, they've been substituted back in, I believe, the only substitute.
Yeah, I think so. Flom will probably... Yeah, Flom's going to stay in to play that Diva. And yeah, that's the only change here for either of these two sides here. We'll see if that's the difference maker. Can Demon Kittens, again, this is a chance to win the series in a reverse sweep fashion and book their ticket to losers round 4 to play against mental institution.
Yeah, you'd love to make it all that far, and of course the losing team here gets eliminated. This is the loser bracket, so the stakes are high. Just one map separates you from continuation and relegation into, well, nothing at all here. So let's hope the nerves don't reach our players. I hope they can continue to play at the highest level, and let's hope they can make it through. But only one team will be able to. So we'll see whether another Vicious team will fall to the hands of the Demon Kittens or not. Only one more map. I mean, we can see this streak, right? Demon Kittens been looking scary. But considering how dominant Blizzard World was especially, I really didn't expect it to go this way. I don't know about you, Joker, but even Suravasa absolutely could have gone in favor of Vicious Inferno.
Yeah, no, it definitely could have. They've had their chances here, but they need to be able to convert on them, or they're going to be going down in a reverse sweep fashion. As we're loading into Dorado, and there it is. There's the Diva coming in for I believe. Oh no, so Demon Kittens is going to be picking out. Well, both of these teams are picking out the Diva.
What's worth looking at first is that Ruby is going to be starting on that Ashe, while they're going to be playing this Brig backline. It helps for the heavy poke, but it's worse at responding to hard dives than a Juno. So if a Monkey, for example, comes out, then Pika Pepper's going to have a pretty rough time. And in terms of the ult trades as well, you're going to be a little bit weaker. We'll see if Vicious Inferno want to counter this out. You could go for like a double flex with Anakiri. You could go for a Juno. You could go for a Monkey. All of that would be slightly superior. But if they end up rolling out on this, then it means that we're going to be seeing a very, very heavy poke battle here. We'll see what Skibidi Riz especially can get done. It's going to be the big pivot piece, I think, of Vicious Inferno's composition. Good lord, that's a fast pick.
How do you find that pick already? And you put Demon Kittens on a complete on the back foot so quickly, right? As now, yeah, Skibidi Riz is in the back line. You're gonna be forcing out positioning for the moment. Gonna get healed back up, staying alive, and pushing it past the pushing this past the bridge is gonna be huge on that first push, especially if they win. Obviously, if they win this, they're probably going to get the second or the first point here. But right now, still nothing really doing. No opening picks quite just yet. Immortality Field, though, no longer on the board for either side for right now. Still waiting it out, still trying to find a pick, looking for it. It's got to be up to the, it's got to be up to one of these Ashes, right? They've got to be able to land a headshot, land a dink onto someone, or it's got to be Spark or Skibidi Riz here. But the Amp Matrix comes in, and there's going to be the first pick. Anamain going down. And now Demon Kittens can start their defense.
Yeah, really weird attack there from Vicious Inferno, actually. I think with this composition, especially with this Reaper and this Lucio, you should be playing for brawl cycles, right? You should be playing for push and pull, ebb and flow. Instead, they play a very, very static attack, waiting for their DPS to find the pick, and into Tracer, into Brig, that's just not gonna happen. Demon Kittens had angle advantage, and because of that, we just wasted like almost half the time for very little success.
Yeah. Good thing though for Vicious Inferno, they've got ultimates on board, but so do Demon Kittens in a few short moments, and Flam's out of back. That's just a wasted fight now. You have to reset.
Indeed. See exactly how long they want to keep on waiting, keep on looking for something. A pulse here would be nice. They kind of do want to clean up this baby.
Oh
deep.
no!
Come on, man.
No way! And Flam's gonna get their mech back as well, and they're gonna just use self-destruct from Chicano is gonna take down the Immortality field. Bob coming in, Death Blossom available, gonna just try to take down the remaining members of Demon Kittens, but they have a numbers advantage. Does Demon Kittens still? Flam does find Pika Pepper, but I think that might be the only pick they are going to be able to find. Is Flam's gonna get? We're gonna go back to spawn, maybe get demeched as well. They stay a little too long and gonna buy even more time for Demon Kittens here.
Vicious Inferno do have 3 ultimates though, which means that they should be able to just like take a raw brawl fight. Why are we giving him double dink scenario? Obi Soji has his head removed. Ruby, great shots coming through. We just don't need to peek though. We're down members. We don't need to walk. These are huge mechanical mistakes. Flam is forced to reset. But that's so late. Like
just reset. Why didn't you do that 5 seconds ago?
I guess we're seeing where Vicious Inferno didn't want to go to Dorado because, for whatever reason, it seems like they just don't understand the map.
To be fair, this is a very good defensive position for Demon Kittens, right? But you have 5 ultimates. If you cannot win this fight, you do not deserve to win this series.
There we go.
Obistology's opening up, finding Ruby out, Kylo going down. And like I said, if you couldn't win that fight, you didn't deserve to win the series. As now they're back in the driver's seat here, Spec.
Touch is a possibility. A good one kind of isn't. Kylo on the Lucio to touch Ruby back onto that patented Widowmaker. If they do fight, then yeah, there's a boop anyway. Now Chicano's kind of overextended, but they won't be able to punish.
As now they're gonna try to get some maybe some late staggers, some maybe some early picks now. Technically, if you're gonna count this a new fight, in this as they're gonna try to get out Ruby, like you said, on the Widowmaker now, but this is gonna be caught out there. Skibidi Riz, how do you let them get in the back lane like that? As now you don't have that sight line to keep any ingress coming. Skibidi Riz is just gonna try to do it again. Gonna get booped away this time though.
Yeah, but they've taken the space, right? Look how far back Demon Kittens have had to walk. The window will help them retake the space, but that ultimate won't find anything else other than the high grounds.
And now here, they come through. You're gonna take high ground back away from Vicious Inferno, and they're able to take Obistology out. Nice pick coming in from Ruby. But there's still a chance for Vicious Inferno to hold on to this, but with Skibidi Riz going down, the reset has to come through.
Obistology moves over to the Tracer, less of a target, but I've got to say, Vicious Inferno, I want to see them use their backline ults and then swap. I don't think the BAP Lucio here is that good. We're not really playing for these brawl fights. Like, for example, an Anna Brig, I think, would find more value. Significantly. Those nanocycles especially can be brutal with a diva.
And you can be able to protect yourself a little bit more with Ruby on this Widowmaker, but the self-destruct is going to come in. Almost found some value, but there's still some sightlines to get away. Skibidi almost found that ability to get in onto Ruby yet again, but they're going to go down here. So no, they don't have this Death Blossom available for the fight. They're going to be invested here, though. They're going to try to still win this out. What? Right into the blink. Takes out Obistology, does Ruby. And now yeah, Demon Kittens are going to be able to hold yet
Once it
again.
gets staggered. Fam very likely will get staggered. Surely this Diva doesn't escape. Oh, yep, there we go. There's the D-Mech, and now there's no reason to kill the baby Diva. I mean, 25 seconds left to go. You're going into 5 ultimates. Vicious Inferno's attack very likely stops here. And it's hard to argue that he deserves to go any further, unfortunately. It's been a cavalcade of mistakes. Malga's not a bad look. I think this is a strong adaptation, to be honest, but it might be a little bit too little, too late.
No one can hide from
Yeah,
my
5 seconds to go. The Malga swap from Flom could be the difference, but they need to be able to find picks, and they're going against 5 ultimates. And well, there comes the picks from Demon Kittens. It's all but over. There goes their push. No, excuse me. Okay, I was about to say, there's no way he finds 4 picks, right? But no, Demon Kittens shut the door on the push on the way to point number 3.
That they do. It's at the end of the day, not the worst push ever, but I think the frustrating thing, at least for myself, is that it could have been so much better. I kind of felt like Vicious Inferno were shooting themselves in the foot a little bit there. But, you know, their comp is more defensively sided. The Reaper, you know, trying to take space from him feels like trying to wrestle honey from a bear. And the BAP as well, just so much more comfortable when you can sit up on high grounds rather than try and rotate. A lot of those low ground positions we saw Anime stuck into were not all that comfortable. So Vicious Inferno, will see if their defense has any more legs to it. And Ruby, if the aggressive Widowmaker here, might be the choice. Of course, so those picks become so much more valuable when you're looking at fights rather than time. Of course, Widowmaker going to be locked in.
Yeah, Widowmaker locked in, and Flom going over to the Winston this time. Stepping away from the Diva, stepping away from the Malga. We'll see how they adapt to this change to this tank hero.
Yeah, it's very curious. Kylo now, the one to move over to the Lucio. And a Brig coming through, finally, from the side of Vicious Inferno. So this is going to be very cyclical. Very different from what they were playing before with the poke. I guess they didn't like matching Ruby in the hit scan. The important thing here is going to be Flam not overextending. The Diva can very heavily punish the Winston. Outside of that, though, there's very little threats to most of the members on Vicious Inferno. So they should be blowing up Ruby. They should be winning DPS duels. Oh, we can't be giving opportunities like that.
Yeah, that would have been a nut shot if they got that grapple shot and took someone out from Vicious Inferno. Smartly not taking any sight lines, but still getting a headshot on the Flom. Another one coming in as well. You're not letting anyone really peek out right now if you're Ruby, and this is huge for Demon Kittens. You're gotten pretty much a free push all the way to bridge here. Now you've got a opportunity to break it open with a fight. But that's desperately what they need. But Flom finding Ruby is going to be huge. The trade's there. Obistology going down. And the sleep dart there on to Spark. Going to be able to stay alive. Still though, but yeah, again, they're not able to open things up quite just yet. Ruby's gonna go over to the Reaper now as things have stalled out, but Flom's gonna have to be a little bit more careful now with Ruby running at them with dual shotguns as this fight could quickly break open with a pick from Ruby. Man, I think it's going to with Todoroki, Skibidi Riz falling down, and the rest of Vicious Inferno falling down too.
Vicious Inferno are so scared of this Diva. The amount of space, the amount of regard that Chicano is given is truly ridiculous. And in a composition where you need to be playing aggressively, challenging for these angles, they kind of just don't. 5 minutes on the timeout, really not what you love to see if you're a fan of Vicious Inferno. The Diva Mirror is a better decision, in my opinion, when the Ana Brig. You should be much more comfortable. But you just need to hard shoot Chicano now.
You do indeed, right? Well, let's see. I mean, they're already kind of low at the moment, but still, Demon Kittens are in a good position, right? They've got the Kitsune Rush. Ruby's back on the Widowmaker, and Anamane is down. The Nano Boost could have been huge. Kitsune Rush coming in. Kylo's found Todoroki, and this might just be the beginning of the end. Self-destruct gonna come in from Chicano. They're gonna be able to get the mech, the D-Mech onto Flom, and Obistology going down. They are gonna get the fight win, but they didn't get as much progress as they wanted to.
There's another fight here, at least for Vicious Inferno, one where they have ult advantage. Getting a touch is going to be a little bit awkward. The important thing here is Skibidi Riz isn't cleared Flam will be able to be there in time. I think Skibidi Riz needs a nano boost. He needs a nano now.
I think that's who they're going to be popping it onto. It's either going to be Skibidi Riz or Flam. Death Blossom coming in, but you can't do anything because, well, their Anamane was getting focused out. Ruby is going to go down in the end, and they're going to be able to hold on. Okay, no, Obistology is going to be the only one to go, right? Right, perfect, thank you. And they're going to be able to stagger out Chicano, which is huge.
Yeah, this is exactly what they needed. The only way possible of, whistling down this time, Mank is finding something like this. No way! No way! No way!
No way! They got too cute with it, Smack! They got too cute with it! The C9! No way! No how! No way, no how. No way, no how. Great googly moogly. Spectreon.
I've never seen anything like that in my life. I've actually never seen anything like that in my life. I don't know what I just witnessed. I feel like I'm in a fever dream.
We tried to stagger out the Diva. The Diva gets back in the mech. Goomba stomps our Lucio. And we C9 the point. Is that the worst 10 seconds of Overwatch ever?
I would genuinely rather step on a garden rake 8 billion times than watch that again. Good lord, Quick, take us to break before I say something I shouldn't. We've got an interview probably after this with one of the winners.
Yeah,
break.
We'll have an interview right after this break. All right, everyone. We're back here with two interviewees from the winning side of Demon Kittens. We've got Chicano and Spark here in the call. First off, congratulations, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
All right, Chicano, let's talk about the last couple seconds of that match there. What was going through your guys' head, especially after you got that Goomba stomp onto the Lucio?
Oh my lord, words cannot describe what happened at the end there. All I remember is a rush to my head of getting that Goomba stomp and being like, wait, the stagger didn't work. I gotta dip. I went to that mega health pack, and then my homie Spark went in for the clutch. He just rolled it on in.
So, Spark, you want to add to that at all, or?
Yeah,
Got it.
so I heard that there was one person on cart, but I was coming back from spawn, and I just don't think they realized I was gonna be coming back so quickly. And I saw that the cart was literally 4 meters away, and everybody was not in walking distance. So I'm just incredibly lucky that either they didn't notice or they didn't have cooldowns to get back to cart, and it was just over from there.
Yeah, I mean, in a more macro sense, obviously you guys just reverse swept to make it there. I mean, what was the mental like throughout all that reverse sweep? And, even more specifically, what was the change between Blizzard World and Dorado that allowed you guys to win so dominantly?
Why? At the end of Blizzard World, we were kind of feeling it. We were we were not feeling all that great. Spirits were low, and we needed something to change our mind. And we were like, okay, guys, you know what? We've been playing for so long. We've been playing Junker Queen, Kiri Lucio. Let's just go back to the tried and true. If the tried and true doesn't work for us, then we just gotta do it. And slowly but surely, just kind of loosening up a little bit, we were able to get our mojo back. And then it really picked up after map 4. Map 5, we were fired up, bro. As soon as we reverse swept them on map 4 into the Malgamir, because we weren't sure if we were going to beat them in the rush. Map 1 was really close, and map 2 was pretty dominant from their team. But we were able to bring it back on map 4 with a pretty dominant reverse sweep. It just went from there, bro. The mental went up.
Yeah, I mean, it was incredible. I said on kind of like one of those last fights on map 4, I felt like the entire momentum really just switched in your guys' favor there. And it really showed on that last map. You were able to shut the door before you heading into point number 3. It was really good stuff. I mean, after that reverse sweep, you're coming up to face Mental Institution in your next series. Are you guys looking forward to that one?
Yeah, they're a really good team. This meta's been pretty decent for us. I want to say we're really good at the Malga comp. It was weird facing this team because they didn't try forcing it at first, so we kind of had to adapt to that. But we're definitely ready for Mental Institution. I actually don't know if I'll be there for that game, but I'll try to. But yeah, it was just an incredible series, and Mental Institution is probably going to be even harder, but we're going to try our best.
We're ready, baby. We're ready.
I don't think I have anything else to add to that, honestly.
All right.
I'm just super impressed by the game.
Yeah, so that's going to be it for you guys. You can go celebrate with your team, but first, if you guys have any shout-outs that you want to say, here's your time.
Actually, I do. I'm not gonna lie. I want to shout out the other team's tracer, Obesology. That guy's really good at tracer. I'm a decent tracer, but he was marking me really well. He's a really good player, but unfortunately, doesn't look like the rest of their team stacked up as much. But I just want to say that guy tried really hard, and I'm just glad that my team was able to come out on top. Shout out Kylo. Shout out Pika Pepper. Shout out my entire backline. Shout out Pyro for being a little bit of a supporter of the team. He definitely keeps our spirits up. And, also shout out Spec. He chose to sit out for the rest of the maps because he thought he wasn't performing well. He's usually a very, very, very talented player, but he just wasn't feeling it. So he decided to sub himself out, and I think that was really selfless of him. So he's a great guy, and all the players on my team are amazing people. So
Anything from you, Chicano?
Yeah, I'm just gonna shout out my whole entire team. Shout out Spark, he's the GOAT, best Echo player I know. He's always there when you need him, and he's always locked in. Shout out Pika Pepper. Pika Pepper is the guy. Shout out Kylo. Shout out Spec. Shout out Pyro. Pyro is like Loki. He was saying that he's a supporter. That guy's Loki a coach. That guy is wise beyond his years. Even though he's younger than my ass. You know, shout out to my original team. Got me here in the first place. Competing is amazing, and I love this so much. Shout out you guys for the interview. I appreciate the interview. This is dope. You know.
Yeah, y'all
time.
are great casters.
Yeah. This is super cool. Yeah, that's all I got. Shout out mom and dad too.
Yeah, shout out mom and dad, bro.
All right, guys, you can go celebrate with the rest of your team, and we'll see you in your lower round 4 matchup in a few short days here.
All right, you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. Goodbye.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, Spec. I mean, hey, that was the first. I think that's the first time we've ever been shouted out in post-game interviews.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Sometimes I forget I was here at all, but you know, being recognized helps me remember. No, that was a fantastic game. The reverse sweep being completed by Demon Kittens, showing their mentals are actually made out of iron, apparently. And you heard it here first in the interview. Just it's the mental diff apparently that allowed them to learn how to play Diva, download it in the span of like an hour. Super impressive turnaround here, and I guess we got to see Joker why they finally, you know, there was no Dorado pick. Map number 4,
Yeah.
Visions Inferno, just knew they'd get rolled on it, and indeed finished. That was obviously the most ridiculous ending sequence I think I've ever seen for a map. Words really fail to describe what that was, and so I won't describe it.
Yeah,
Instead, I will say that this was one of the most ridiculous matches. I thought it would go 3-0 after the first 2 maps, but instead we're
definitely.
here.
We are indeed, and we're all the better for it, some would say. But that's going to be it for us on the broadcast. It's been me, Joker's Ransom, him, Spectreon, Echo, and June on the Prod and OBS. That's going to be it. Thank you all for watching, and wherever you are in the world, have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.